The girl hid inside a safety bunker built for the apocalypse. Within this 150 square meter space were stocked enough food, water, and medicine to last 5 years. Yesterday, she learned the truth about the virus outbreak from a USB drive left by a friend. This apocalypse, attributed to natural disaster, was actually man-made. A little after 3 a.m., she was abruptly awakened by a sharp, stabbing pain between her shoulder blades. It felt like a muscle spasm, hot, prickly, as if being poked rhythmically with a needle. But she was too exhausted, so after rubbing the spot a couple of times, she fell back asleep. She woke at 7:20 a.m., having slept in later than usual. Life here felt increasingly draining day by day. After getting up, she habitually made herself a cup of instant coffee. She realized she actually didn't eat much in the mornings, which pleased her. It meant she could further ration her food supplies. When she called out for her cat as usual, there was no response. Suddenly, she remembered something and rushed to the corridor near the main door. Sure enough, the soil from the plastic storage box had been dug up and scattered everywhere, leaving the floor a complete mess. Her first attempt at indoor gardening seemed destined to fail. Just as she was about to angrily scold the cat, she noticed it wasn't cowering guiltily, as if it had done something wrong. Instead, it was staring alertly at the bunker's entrance, as if sensing danger outside. The girl trusted a feline's instinct for danger more than any electronic device. She crept quietly to the monitoring station and pulled up the recordings from the past few hours. The footage showed a black SUV parked nearby at 3:47 a.m. The soldiers inside clearly belonged to the same organization as the lab personnel in the USB video. The leader knelt down, scanned the area with a device, then picked up his walkie-talkie. He reported that volunteer X16 was not found, only host X13, with a suspected signal deviation. The girl noted that their numbering matched the experiment logs on the USB drive. So, this was the source of the infection, and finding number 16 was their real objective. The soldiers then began speaking in hushed tones. The leader said they needed to return to base immediately for the next phase of Operation Radiation. Although they spoke softly, the surveillance microphones picked it up. The girl pondered what Operation Radiation could mean. She connected it to the virus outbreak at the northern suburb safe zone 2 days ago, and host X13 was likely the original carrier from that mission. The girl nodded unconsciously. It all made sense now. Their vehicle then drove southward. Their target was probably the nearest Central South temporary shelter. Her mind was in turmoil. If she did nothing, people at the Central South shelter might die. But if she risked sending a warning, her bunker's location could be exposed. Dejected, she looked down at her cat. It gazed back at her quietly, as if waiting for her decision. Taking a deep breath, she turned and walked to the radio. She tuned it to the Central South shelter's frequency, lowering her voice, trying hard not to let it shake. She sent a warning message, urging them to evacuate immediately. The moment she finished, she shut off the radio, her heart pounding. She didn't know if anyone would hear it, or if they would believe it if they did. But at least her conscience was clear. Her afternoon task was to repair the planter box destroyed by the cat. As she was about to lay down new waterproof sheeting and soil, she noticed the cat sitting immediately nearby, not causing any trouble. Suddenly, the corpse of a bee in the soil caught her attention, triggering a memory from the morning's surveillance footage. On a tree near where host X13 had collapsed, there was a large beehive. Black and yellow bees were still flying in and out. Could it have been caused by bee venom? At dinner, she made an exception and opened 2 extra cans of beef stew, pushing one toward the cat. It had, after all, done a good deed today. Late at night, the girl lay in bed, holding the cat as she drifted in.